What's up? Let's crank it, let's crank it, let's crank it all the way up. Welcome. It's Nice Live. I'm your host, Ricky Reed. Broadcasting inspiration. Screaming into the void. No rules. All heart. Cheers. Welcome. Have a damn trash. Have a trash can. Have a trash can in the shot. Let's go ahead and let me just move this. Let me move this trash. Let me move this whole trash out of the shot. And while I'm over here, let me just take a pit stop. How's everyone doing? Oh wait, hi. Let me get down here so you can see. We have a very nice show tonight. John Roberts is hosting us on his YouTube channel. Can't see my toes, can you? See my little shaker guy. St. Panther in the house. We have Kathleen, fantastic new artist. And we're going to be talking to Gloria Medina from Scope in South LA, one of the groups benefiting from our Roommate Community Fund. I need a thing. The shaker is so sick. I know it looks like nuts, but it's awesome. I like combining it. I think I've already showed you guys this. I like combining it with this one because you got the silky, you got the rough. You put them together and it's a really rich. Nice, right? How's everybody in the GD chat doing? Who do we got? How's everybody feel? Sorry, I burp. Profit pit stop. Hi Czar. Default tone. Oh, Caitlin, Alex Frieden. We got a lot of the homies in the house. Cowboy Lansky. Hello. Sarah. So, if you are new to Nice Live, what we like to do is find out how everybody's doing, do a little temperature check. On a scale, oh, hello from Korea. Cool. Very cool. If you're new here, John Roberts going to be out in about 5 minutes, so stay tuned, hold tight, stick around. It's like stick tight, hold around. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want to know how everybody's feeling. Include a decimal point, including you from Korea. Let us know how you're feeling. What's it like out there? I'd be so curious to know. How are you guys doing with COVID? Puerto Rico, okay. Wow, we're international. Now, Puerto Rico's obviously an American territory, but still, Puerto Rico's quite far from us here in California. So, let us know how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to hopefully... if anybody's not feeling good, I'm going to try to lift your spirits a little. Get a better... Let me get a little thing set up here for whoever needs some help tonight. Wow. All right, at 12.5 because he finally made the live. Congrats, Jaden, 10.0. Czar, 9.3. Okay. Maybe I'll do a And a little faster than that. What do we need here? Yeah. Solid 100. Evan H, 7.3 out of 10 tonight. Not bad. Scrawny, motherfucker. 7. Cool, 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 cool. Everyone's feeling good. Maybe I don't need to raise anybody's spirits. Everyone's doing well. But I could still try. Let's see. Let's go even faster. Let's try to get to that Vans tempo. Not that fast. Around here. We'll do, let's see. Yeah. What do we got? Okay, Sarah, 5.5 to a solid 7.5. Let's see if we can juice that up a little bit. Caitlin, the DNC, let me know how it went. Did you enjoy it? What'd you think? Get a little. I don't know if that was quantized, but it's fine. All right. So this is gonna be fun. Sorry, so tonight, first and foremost, tonight is only Cowboy. There we go. Cowboy, your new song is sick, dude. Yeah, Cowboy Lansky's just dropped a new song. It is sick. Oh, Michael Sneed. Bro, I just saw your video, dude. You guys are going to get a real treat next week from Michael Sneed. A real treat. One of the participants on the Room album. He's in the chat. Say hello. Bing, 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 bong. Bing, 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 bong. Yeah. I'm trying to do Vans basically here. I don't remember what the melody exactly, the bass line is though. This is definitely not it. That's fine. It's not quantized, so it just sounds like a little hokey. Yeah. So, real quick, tonight is an hour-long episode because we're premiering a new video, John Robert and Kathleen at 9:30. It's crazy. It's a song that I worked very, 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 very hard on with them. Next week is our Room record release party. It's Roommate Live. And if you are just tuning in, we've been raising money for 3 community organizations. I'll talk more about that later. But next week is Roommate Live. It's going to be like Live Aid. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have performances, crazy guests. If you've been here with me from the beginning and you know that I started in my kitchen with bad internet service, holding my phone up to the mic, you know how far we've come. And next week, boy, let's just say I'm pulling some strings next week. Okay? Sometimes I watch this and wonder if people are like, hasn't this guy been kind of successful or something? Like, why is his live stream so hokey? Because I thought maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Anyways, next week we're going for the jug. It's going to be so tight. It's going to be long and crazy. So come through next Thursday. Let me see. So we're going to get right into it because we have a lot to get through, a lot of ground to cover tonight. I am going to start with showing you a bit of the brand new song that we're going to be watching the music video premiere for later. We're being hosted tonight by John Robert, Nice Life recording artist, on his YouTube page. He has a new version of Adeline his song, produced by me, dropping in 20 minutes. Worked really, really, really hard on a string arrangement for this one. So, you string arrangement folks, Alex Frieden, I'm talking to you. Check it out. Pay special attention to that. Let's listen to a little bit of the song, and then I'll bring him out. This is John Robert featuring Kathleen. It's called Adeline.
Oh, Adeline, take me home. Walk me through the barren streets I used to roam. Say your nervous eyes growing old. Oh, we can still live young.
God only knows when I saw you last. Haven't spoken much since my mother passed. I was never one for doing what I was told. Oh, how the good die young.
So if you're cold, then don't leave lonely. I'll walk you home. No, you don't have to love me, no. Oh, Adeline. Oh, Adeline, have you been? Do you still dream to be an actress? And tell me, what's the West Coast all it's worth? She said no, 'cause life don't play out like the movies, no. So if you're cold, then don't leave lonely. I'll walk you home. No, you don't have to love me, no. Oh, Adeline. Oh, la-di-da. Oh, Adeline, off you go. You were always raised to be a rolling stone. And right before you left, wish I'd let you know that I have always adored you, that I will always adore you. Through all the people and places and lifetimes we passed through, it will always come back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's John Robert.
Oh, hey, Ma. What?
Your mom's in the chat?
I hope so. She's pretty supportive.
Okay. I saw someone refer to you as John Throbert.
Yeah, no, that's my roommate's little brother, Aiden. He's got some really dope stuff. I'm just waiting for it to be released. My roommate Jay produces and super sick. Everyone in the house is making music constantly.
I know. I mean, we talked about it multiple times on the show, but not least of which is one Junior Mesa.
Nah, literally every live stream I do, I play this tune called "Come Pick Me Up," and I always got to shout out Junior. He gives me job insecurity. He makes me really scared. I don't know. It's like a healthy competition, kind of like with McCartney and like the Beach Boys, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait.
Right
would you be the Beach Boys or like Would you be
I
McCartney or
we have this debate all the time. But I think I might be the Beach Boys with as much as I like to stack vocals.
Oh,
But yeah,
right.
no. After I saw Junior Mesa's set, I had to practice my set like 3 times over.
Damn. It's gonna
Yeah,
be it's gonna be fucking legendary when both of you guys are like in a year from now. We gotta drop the collab, bro.
yeah, no doubt. It would probably be. I don't know if it'd be a different song or if we could work out. Come pick me up. But
Like convince him to sing on that tune someday.
yeah,
Dude, people are already in the chat loving the song. We got Lucinda Paramore. What a name, huh?
that is super dope.
I didn't think Adeline could become more beautiful, but you've done it. The strings are gorgeous, even more ethereal. Wow, that's
There we
nice.
go. We got some vocabulary.
That's I mean that's your people, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Peop
Yeah, I wish I could take credit for the string arrangement, but nah. That. Wait, who did this? The string arrangement?
Rob Moose,
Yeah,
boss.
what a pro.
What a pro. What a pro. I actually was like, I wasn't thinking that what I was about to show was the string and vocal only, but I had this idea this afternoon, like maybe it'd be kind of cool for people to hear that one and then hear the whole shit later. I'm stoked that I surprisingly dropped that one, the the string mix for all that, because people in the chat here they love the musical shit, they love the nerdy shit. They're like us.
Yeah, no doubt. I was really nervous with the string arrangement because it relied so heavily on the vocal performance. So Kathleen and I, and she'll be on in like a second.
Yeah.
We had to recut vocals just because like I don't know. Sometimes like you make a tune and then you can like bury the vocals with like reverb or like Tame Impala, or, you know what I mean? Where you
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
like maybe make it cool with a whole bunch of plugins and presets or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that one is just like it's straight. So we had to go in a second time, and I set up in the Nice Life Studio bathroom, just giving notes, and we were just talking back and forth as far as like because there's definitely a difference between like hitting the notes and then like bringing that extra layer to it, so you can
Right.
properly sing the tune, but there's a certain something a little bit more ethereal, or there's a feeling that you need to inject into not just hitting the notes.
Right. Yeah, well, when she comes out, I want to ask her about that whole ass process with doing it, recutting it, the whole thing, because like I think it's a good lesson in how a good collaboration works now, like trying to get it to the point where everybody's really passionate and it goes the distance. Because
Yeah.
like I was doing an interview the other day and I was telling them a story about my first hit song, which is fucking Talk Dirty, Jason Derulo. And I was talking to the guy and I was like, I made the beat and then I heard Jason's vocal later and he was like, you heard his vocal? And I was like, yeah, somebody sent it to me. And he was like, you didn't write it with him? And I was like, no, I hadn't met the guy. And he was like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, dude, most collaborations since the year 2000 or whatever are
Not even
like,
in the same room. Yeah.
yeah, people don't meet, and you are somebody who's clearly bucking that tradition. And with this song, I mean, it's
Well, it was just like the first time we had a first pass of it. Like I went in the morning, and then she came in later that day, and I had to dip out, or I slept or something like that.
right.
And it just sounded like two people singing in separate rooms. Like it just didn't sound like a full collaboration. And then also I just didn't want to drop the ball at the last like 10-20%. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just because like these strings are such a gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, I just wanted to do the arrangement justice. Singing to the that instrumentation was really difficult, just because it's so what's the word? It just kind of it pushes and pulls, and it doesn't give you a clear indication on when the second verse is going to start. Or
Yeah.
so
You mean the string arrangement
yeah, the string arrangement alone. But
completely. And he's doing polyrhythmic stuff. He was like, I mean, when I was working on the string arrangement with Rob, the first pass he did was a little more straightforward. It was like chord movement, and then
yeah,
I was like, kind of talked to him about it, like, dude, you should like do a pass. Maybe I think his main instrument is violin. Like, do a pass through this where you improvise and you echo melodies and you harmonize. Like, think of it more as like, three, like a quartet playing melodies, like making chords out of overlapping melodies instead of just playing chords.
So kind of like a round situation.
Yeah, I mean that same sort of idea. That same sort of
Okay.
idea. And then I was like, dude, push it. Like, think 19th century composers, like give us dissonance, like go fucking
Yeah.
in. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. And that's
Yeah, and then by the third verse, he just goes to like plucking the strings, which is, I don't know. I was just stoked. There was it definitely was a much more dynamic like production and arrangement.
yeah, yeah. Crazy, 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 crazy. So tonight's gonna be fun. Got the video premiering, which is exciting. How are you doing in general? How you feeling? Yeah, high
Um,
highs, low lows. Not feeling anything. Where are you at these days?
Geez, shit. Honestly, like I'm sorry, pardon my French, but like scared to talk about it. Like I just don't. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, no. The highs are highs, lows are lows. But overall, I don't know. I always resort to like whenever I'm feeling like very low, because like just as of late, like I have these things where they're not panic attacks, but I just call them episodes to where like I breathe, inhale, exhale really sharply, and then all my muscles tense up. And I found like the best thing to do is like yeah, definitely like controlled breathing, journaling, and then also just a lot of finding the things that kind of a labor of love is really what pulls me out of like a lot of uh,
Right,
dark spaces because like
right.
you find something like happiness should be a byproduct of like a labor of love. Otherwise, it's kind of shallow. Like if you just watch Netflix or eat a bunch of comfort food.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like you're sort
Yeah,
of cranking it up, and it's gonna go away the second you stop doing whatever that thing is.
yeah, no doubt. So definitely finding something that is a little bit more difficult and worthwhile, and then also yeah, just resorting to. It was really weird, like trying to find hobbies outside of music. Because when I wasn't making music, I was making music, you know.
Right.
And then I was just like, no, I need to be like a well-rounded individual. Like I was a little discouraged to get into sports or just because it felt like it was giving up on music or even like just getting a job.
Bro,
Um,
sports are is like one of the best feeling things for a musician actually. I feel like when I do non-musical stuff, especially something like sports where I can like really get my head out of it, out of music
yeah,
or art or creative anything, man, when I come back, I'm like so creative feeling just from going out and like being competitive about something else for a minute. I've been water like did you see the video I put on Instagram today at my garden, bro?
yeah, I saw the cucumbers are coming in.
They're coming in, dude. They're coming in. Wait, I'm gonna will this work? I was gonna try to show all the people at home my sick setup, but wait, okay, here we go. Want to see high tech, dude? Check this out. This is high tech. Wait, that's my popcorn. There it is.
That's
Look at that cucumber, dude.
thick.
I don't know why it froze, but anyways, it's a vibe. That's what I've been focusing on. That
Yeah,
and my
definitely
popcorn. I
finding.
make popcorn every day at 3 p.m.
Is it like a whole production or is it just like bagged in the microwave?
No, like stovetop, like literally on the stove,
Oh shit.
heating up oil,
Hey.
dude. The whole shit.
Mhm.
It's sick.
Yeah, well, I know you guys came here for like popcorn tips and tricks, and yeah, I'm just glad we could help you out. And also cucumbers, like we just hit every mark, every box is checked. So
If you need
yeah,
cucumber growing tips,
which
popcorn
is
popping tips,
just
welcome
like
to
I
John
hope.
Roberts YouTube. I'm his dad. No, but shout out your real dad. Hopefully
Yeah, shout out Bob Bramwell.
hopefully Bob Man is in the chat. I'm going to do a little transition here. We're gonna bring in one of our guests, so you guys can say hello for a second. She's a hometown hero here at Nice Live. We're gonna bring her out right now. This is Saint Panther. What's up, dog?
Miss
What's
Panther,
up,
how are
guys?
you?
What you guys doing?
Dude, I like
You
Miss
know.
Panther is kind of a vibe.
Oh yeah, we got a new jacket. I'm pretending like I'm doing something real that's outside in the world. Cause like these days, it's like you gotta dress up to even feel like you're a real person.
Straight up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yo,
Where we're
speaking
at.
of twists on your name, dude, I heard somebody commented the other day on your thing. They just like was like, "What up, Saint?" And I was like,
Okay.
that just
I
was like a
love that.
whole new thing.
I
Yeah.
have some pals that call me Saint. Actually, that was kind of
Really?
like one of the first. That's like one of the first nicknames. I meshed nicknames for my name.
Damn.
So Saint is a
Bro,
great name for me.
those
So
are some
hard.
dope nicknames. Yeah, my roommate's been calling me John Rob, and I've been really trying to like stifle that. It's
I
rough.
like John Rob. John
I
Rob
don't-
is classy,
Bro, I don't know. Also, we got Aiden in the chat. Jay's little brother who just came in. He's like, "Yo, John Throbber, like, what's up?"
Dude.
So
Basically, we got
that
names.
yeah,
Dude, does anybody ever just drop Rob on you? Just straight Rob?
never. I've never heard of Rob. I've heard like Jr. Like that. That makes more sense. But like,
Right.
I've never been like, "Yo, sup, Rob?" Like it feels. I don't really have an ego like that, but I feel like I should be disrespect. I don't know.
Rob, dude.
Rob, what's that? Rob.
Rob Dog.
Rob. Adeline's like Rob. Come on.
Fucking Rob dog. So Rob, we're gonna me and Daniela are going to talk to our friend Gloria for a few. Come back through in like 10. Does that sound good?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, tight.
Or you
I'll see
can
guys in
kick
10.
it backstage with all the with all the people backstage too. Your
Oh yeah, I'll
call.
just kick it in the green room.
Yeah, kick it in the green room, bro. The digital
All right,
green
I'll
room.
take it.
All right, see you in a
All
little
right,
bit,
I'll see you
dude.
in a bit.
Okay. So, we're going to check out a little video real quick, 30 seconds, put together by Ethan, our magic video editor. And then we're going to be bringing out Gloria from Scope, South LA. Let's go.
We're in South Central Los Angeles at Scope. Scope was born out of the Los Angeles Uprising, which was a direct result of racist policies that were meant to marginalize and suppress our community. Scope opens its doors to community members so that they can organize and mobilize to address the problems and conditions that impact them the most, like police brutality, conditions of poverty, and environmental racism. We are South LA, and we are here to stay.
Yeah, how nice is that?
Gloria rules, man.
She rules. So, she is coming through right now. Let me make sure I have her on the hook. Great. Dude, what have you been up to today? How you doing?
Dude, tons of tunes. I've been finally uploading in the August folder, so we're just getting some new tunes out of our system.
Oh, the August folder.
August folder is going up. We're working on a cool cover for a very, very sick artist. We're working on new tunes for follow-up record. We're doing life.
Oh my God. Man, people in the chat are so stoked that you're here. People in the chat, if you guys have questions
Like that.
for Saint, Miss Pan,
Miss Pan. Miss
drop
P.
them. Drop
Drop
them in
them
right
in the
now.
chat.
We wanna know what you got. So the August folder, is this shit for the next project, dude?
This shit is for the next project, dude. I got to some exciting songs in these last sessions, just writing by myself, writing with new folks, getting new sounds in my brain, and I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Wait, Brad's in the chat saying August folder is heating up. Brad, have you heard this shit, bro? Have you already heard the August
Brad
folder?
has heard this. He previewed them today because I was texting him like, yo, I texted him for the folder and he sent it to me.
Damn. Oh my gosh. I am so ready for the August folder, dude.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so I believe
We got Gloria coming through.
hold on. We had her and she disappeared. I feel bad because I had her a little I timed it out early so she was here ready early, but then here we go. She's back. Hello. We're gonna welcome to the stage, the digital stage, Gloria Medina from Scope. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me. So good to see both of you again.
Yeah.
Super good to see you.
You're glowing tonight, Gloria. You have a good day?
Yeah.
It's the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has us glowing.
Dude, it like going outside in LA right now. I don't know how many people in the chat are in LA, but yo, it's like Miami when you go outside. It's
Yeah.
so like humid and does feel nice on the skin. I'll say that.
Yes.
That's about the only good thing
Yeah.
about this moment. Gloria, on a scale of 1 to 10, would you say how was your day? And you can include a decimal point if you want.
Oh, 10.5 then. I guess 10 being great.
Yeah, damn. Wow. Congrats. There we go.
It was actually a good day, very busy day with all the work we have. But I always get to connect to members in the community, so that always makes it a pretty awesome day. Yeah.
That's great. I didn't ask Daniela, St. Panther, how you doing today?
Same, oddly enough, it was a really positive, busy day, which was great. Yeah, it's one of the better days we've had in this thing.
I like that. You know,
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends up in the Bay, and they are spooked right now. It's the super smoky. They had that freak, you know, just like obvious climate change related like lightning storm thing that just like shot up the Bay Area just with like forest fires. And, you know, I have friends in Santa Cruz and the peninsula that are either evacuating or prepared to evacuate. And I was texting with one of them earlier, and he was like, how you guys doing down there? And it's like, you know, just grateful that that's not where we are today, because we know that maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's a month, but like our time is coming. It's an inevitability at this point, you know, which sucks.
Yeah. I think we operate in that way, grateful for what we have, but still being cautious for what's coming ahead, even the short term and also the long term in terms of climate.
Right. Climate's actually kind of a cool or a good place to start. Gloria, talking about what you guys do. So you're based in South LA. I was actually initially introduced to you guys in terms of your work in the community there through the lens of climate. It might be a cool way to sort of introduce your work to the people in the chat, and then talk about how it, you know, one thing that I learned is how it's all connected to climate justice as racial justice. So they're all tied together. I didn't know that until, you know, regrettably pretty recently. But explain to people sort of, you know, the work that you guys do. And I think they would like to hear it.
Sure. So we're in South Central Los Angeles, and I would say the best way to describe what we do is that we're a grassroots organization, and we do multiracial organizing. So we reach out to folks in the community. You know, South LA is Black and brown. Black families who have historically lived in South Los Angeles, and Latinx community members who are immigrant, new to this country, and who have also, you know, come here seeking a better life, and a lot of times seeking refuge from, you know, conditions that were really harsh back home also.
Right.
So we organize in English and Spanish in Black and brown communities, and we really try to address health and economic impacts in our community, right? And so in the last years, our work has really evolved to more specifically environmental issues. And so that's how we became much more involved in climate issues. But I think particularly in all of those intersections, because you're absolutely right, climate is not a thing in a vacuum on its own. It's impacted by so many issues that our communities have already been grappling with for a very long time. So poverty, right? So we need to ask ourselves, how does poverty have an impact on climate change? Also health and the conditions of health that our community members are already grappling with, whether it's diabetes or asthma or other respiratory diseases. And climate makes all that worse.
Explain to people for a second. I know, Daniela, this is something that you're familiar with. I've seen you like post on things related to this, and I didn't know this probably until a few months ago. to the folks in the chat, like explain the air quality situation in South LA, like the factors that make it what it is, because I didn't really understand this until, like I said, fairly recently, and was just shocked to learn the sort of perfect storm of bad air quality situation you guys have there.
Yeah, so I think bad air quality is just a thing in all of LA, right? Like we
Right.
know that the days that you can see the landscape of downtown LA is a good day. But most of the times we can't see it because of the pollution. But particularly in South LA, you know, where we're located, we're surrounded by freeways. And those freeways are loaded with not only our traffic coming and going to places, but trucks going to the port of LA. And so a lot of the pollutants just stay there. And so it's bad. And we see it in the health conditions of our community members, children who have asthma, who can't go to school because they're just not feeling well. It has such huge impacts, right? Just beyond health, educational impacts, economic impacts. And right now we have a group of grassroots members who have been going through an academy. We call it the Air Quality Academy. And they have been learning about all of the sources in our community, all of the air pollutant sources in our community. So there's things that we see and we know, right? Like we see the trucks and the traffic and the cars, and we know all of that. But there's also other sources in our communities that produce pollutants that we are not aware of. So like recently I've learned like dry cleaners, and we have a lot of body shop, like car body shops in our community. So all of that, and like right behind homes. And so people know that it smells, right? And so that's like people could tell, like when you walk down that street, it smells, and it's not a pleasant smell. But it's not only the smell, it's the pollutants that come out of related with that smell.
Right. You don't need a scientist or an expert to tell you like it smells on this street, or like the in the rain puddles there's like an iridescent rainbow color in the liquid or whatever it is. Like people know, people understand that. So you organize in that way, and I'm assuming in the COVID moment, your work has had to change, and you've probably had to sort of adjust to adapt to this moment now, right?
Yes, it was a huge change for us. What we're used to doing is door knocking. We target a community and we door knock, and we have real conversations with folks about what are their concerns, what are their priorities, what are their fears, and we can't do that. So one thing is that we have been, we've moved virtually, and so we have grassroots members who don't have a lot of technology knowledge or information or access. And now we do all of our meetings on Zoom with our members, and they've learned, right? So it's taken a moment to teach, for us to learn, for them, and then to teach them, and for us to make it work. And on top of being on Zoom, we are doing bilingual meetings virtually. So that requires an interpreter. It becomes complicated, but we think that the democratic process of having folks be able to participate and learn together and lift up their voices for solutions is extremely important. And then the other thing, the more obvious thing, is that our grassroots members have been really impacted, and the community at large, right? Both health-wise, we have seen like high numbers of COVID in our communities. We know members who themselves have been infected, or their family members. And then a lot of folks just losing their jobs, like they're not working, right? And a lot of businesses where they were working closed down. So there's no, at least in the future, no job security. So we've had to shift a little and also provide some direct assistance financially for folks who have been really just hurting with this pandemic.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, when we spoke with you last, I mean, one of the takeaways, I think Daniela, right, was like, when I think about like a community organization, or, literally doing the work of organizing, it really was kind of mind blowing. And I'm not sure why it was so surprising to me to be like, oh yeah, like we knock on doors, we know our people, we check on them to make sure that they're feeling well, if they're having trouble, we, literally will like do their grocery shopping or whatever the thing is.
Right.
Me and Daniela here, St. Panther, were really, really blown away by the call we had the other day.
Right, and I also learned so much about how environmental changes affect the social effects, the economic levels of community, and how important it is to actually have reflections directly from the community to kind of know what battles we're fighting, especially in that current moment, which day to day it changes. Day to day, there's different focuses, I'm sure, that you know through the work that you do. So I think it's incredible. Also, we're touching on bilingual meetings just to kind of have double the reach and kind of understand even from a more marginalized level of what's going on for different communities that also don't find it as easy to communicate, which is incredible. I love that you guys do that.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the dot. I think it's about solutions that come from community. We know this problem exists, right?
Right.
Like you said, you don't have to be a scientist. You could just walk down the street and smell and see and feel what's going on, the level of poverty, the level of disinvestment. We know that.
Right.
Community members don't have to tell us that, but what they do need to tell us are what are the solutions are, right? Because we can come in and say like we think this is the best solution for air quality or for water or for safety, for health, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But it really takes a community member to speak up and tell us their story. Like really, what does it mean to live in South LA, to raise a family in South LA, to work in South LA? And they come up with the solutions, and they need to be at the forefront at every level,
Right.
and they need to be at the table when we have these conversations.
Oh
Absolutely.
yes, completely. I mean that the group that introduced us to you guys, the Solutions Project, uh, with Sarah Shanley. She really was the first person that put it to me. Like, obviously first connecting the concept that climate justice is racial justice and all that, but also the idea that the climate movement has been a largely sort of, you know, white exclusive sort of movement for a long, long time, and that how um, quite obviously white people are usually not bearing the brunt, or rarely, if ever, bearing the brunt of the effects of this. So not only having those that are on the front lines getting these effects are going to know what needs to happen, but also that those should be the people empowered and invested in and amplified to actually lead the charge and make sure that the movement is, like you said from the very beginning of this, that it is a truly inclusive movement, from the ground up.
Yeah. And that point resonates with me because for when we first started working on climate as an organization, we used to hear that from folks like black and brown people don't care about the climate. That's what people used to tell us. And we knew that they did, and they understand the impacts of climate. And now through that academy that we have, the Air Quality Academy, where folks have committed to come on Saturdays, to come in the evenings, to learn more about sources of pollutants, and they have now become like grassroots investigators. They have installed
Mm.
monitors in their homes. They have installed monitors in different in some business areas to just monitor what the pollutant levels are in South LA, and so they know how to read the monitors. They know how to determine what it means, right, in terms of the particular days where the pollution is just really bad, and that we're just breathing, you know, dirt into our lungs. And so, yeah, it's really amazing to see how they are just activated because they do care.
Right, right. That's amazing. Um, wow. Well, I am so, so, so glad that you came through and got to talk to us a little bit. We are doing a fundraiser tonight, so people in the chat, if you feel so inclined, we know it's a tough time for everybody, so we do not press people for donations. But if you are inspired and able, please do come through on that. But also, Gloria, can you let people know where they can follow you? Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. So at the very least, they can get educated and keep up with what you're doing.
Yes, so you can look at our website, Scope LA, SCOPELA.org, and we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Scope LA.
Amazing. Well, thank you for coming through. Also, Daniela, St. Panther, always good to see you.
Always good to see you, man.
Thank you for coming
Thank
through
you
on the
so
chat.
much.
And I'm gonna hit you up later because we have a couple things to talk about. I think.
Yeah.
Thank
Couple
you to
song
both of
situations.
you.
Thank you, Gloria, for being here and for sharing all this beautiful work you guys are doing. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Oh man, I just love talking to her, and the work they're doing is just so incredible. There's a few other people from that organization and alumni from that organization that I've had the pleasure of speaking with, and they're just so inspiring. And maybe I'm selfish, but I get so much hope from talking to people like that, hearing what they're doing. It gives me a lot of optimism that we're not going to go quietly into the night with how scary and intense everything is right now. We're not. We're working on it. There's good people all around you and all around me, and we're going to get this right. Okay, so we're going to be coming back here for our main event. I'm just doing a little bit of just getting my boxes all nice and cute here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with me. So we've talked to John Robert, we've talked to St. Panther, we talked to Gloria from Scope, but our purpose here tonight is to premiere a damn music video. It sounds like this. Just kidding. Really doesn't sound like that. It sounds much better. I'm going to bring them out now. John Robert and Kathleen, welcome, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, JR?
Are you muted?
I think you're muted. That's like, I know he's muted. Hey,
Yeah,
what's up, dude?
Yeah, nothing much. I was hanging in the green room, just like listening, and so I just turned off my mic.
Listening, vibing. So people in the chat have now heard, we played them. I accidentally played the string vocal version, no guitar version, but I'm like pretty stoked I did it because we got to show off the groovy strings and we have like one like kind of gnarly string arranger in the chat who I think probably got a kick out of that. But so they've heard it. So people in the chat, if you have questions for these two, drop them in now. Kathleen, where are you coming to us from?
I'm in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, in my basement area where I grew up. I'm visiting for like the week or so. So yeah, it's funny calling you guys in from where I started writing songs, and you know, as the quarantine world works.
Yeah, you have a nice orange glow there in that basement. It's very
sorry, it's kind of like a German sex lounge or something, but it's actually just a Pottery Barn lamp, and it's all I got. So
German sex lounge, Pottery Barn, hey.
Yeah.
It's the internet. We can do whatever we want.
Yo, Kathleen. Well, I have one question. So, like, what do you think the difference is between like writing in, like your childhood bedroom or your your childhood home versus like going anywhere else to write? Because like I don't know if like being able to write something is like more controlled by your environment or you just as a person, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like it's like you know. In this, I feel this way about like relationships, friendships, settings, cities, whatever. But like, you know, you're kind of like one color. You're like purple, like I'm purple or whatever. And then, you know, you get mixed into a different setting, and then the two colors combine and make something totally unique and this own shade. So like every time I come home or like I'm writing, like I'm a different person interacting with the same house and this history, and I'm like a new person. So each time it's a little different, but I do find that I think because I grew up like right, like being one of the only songwriters in this town. It's a really small town, and it's like 3 hours away from anything. And so I was like one of the only ones that I knew of, at least. And so coming back to that, like just clear-mindedness and feeling like I'm the only one does bring out like a whole new part. But then like the competition, like healthy and sometimes unhealthy, in like a city like LA brings out another beast, you know? So yeah, it just changes.
Man, how about
no
for you,
doubt.
John Robert? Writing at home versus writing elsewhere?
Yeah, it's kind of different. It's really comforting writing at home. It's just kind of like a space that I've felt really comfortable with and established with. And it's definitely where it started. Like I was talking to Junior about this. But yeah, if we were like just out and about, always partying, having like a really healthy friend group, I don't think we'd be like the musicians we are. Just takes a special type of person just to like open up a DAW and then select, like figure out what their tastes are with, you know, plugins, and what their tastes are like sonically, and what their like lyricism style is. But yeah, when I'm in LA, also it's just like influenced heavily by like what I'm listening to, because like a tune and I'll like a certain aspect of it, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna recreate that, and maybe I'll start from there. Or yeah, that's always a great place to start. But definitely like at one point when I was like 17, I moved out to LA, and I was like kind of slumming it with like some big wigs, and my music became a little less personalized and a little bit more general and kind of too poppy and a little faceless. So definitely going back home to my roots, like I've more so felt my music was a bit more personalized and individualistic. Yeah.
I want to ask you guys both a question. Sorry, real quick question about parties specifically. Have either of you?
Never. Not once. Not Ricky.
Party kid.
No, I want to know because you're talking about if you had like a healthy social or a poppin' social life, always going out, this and that, you wouldn't be who you are. Have either of you ever had that moment? Basically, have either of you come up with a song at a party? Sad, tuned
At a
out,
party?
bored.
I literally brought my music gear. I was like the worst person to invite to a party because I always brought my music gear because it was such a comfort to me. I swear to God. And then I was like, oh, if I don't like this party, like I can just like if I can't drive home, like I can just make music in my car or something. Like there's always something.
You mean like your laptop gear?
Yeah, it would just be like laptop and MIDI.
I pictured you have like an acoustic guitar being a cool guy. No, but you're talking about
no, that's never a cool guy.
MIDI
That's like that's like an Animal House moment. Like you smash that guitar. I fucking hate guys that unless you're there, unless you're the house show performer, don't be that guy who shows up with an acoustic guitar. If everyone's like egging you on, you can do like a Ron Burgundy moment where you're like, I didn't know, and then just pull the guitar out of your sleeve. Like that makes sense. But
don't make me sing.
No. You don't.
Kathleen, did you bring MIDI controllers to parties? Is that your vibe too?
No, definitely not. I was like, man, I didn't do any. Let's see. I don't know. I definitely never read at parties. I think I was always a little nervous, or in college, I was just like, I'm in college, and then like we'll just go hard into that. But I think I would definitely fuck off to some bushes and like write down some poems. Like I go on the balcony and I'm like have my phone and my notes, and I'm like really feeling it. And then you go back the next morning and you're like, this is just. Well, sometimes there's like one line that you're like, that's not all bad, but most of it is absolute garbage.
Yeah, party despair brought out many songs in me.
So much party despair, so much like 2-3 a.m. Like I remember when I went to CU, I went to CU Boulder, and we got Ubers like Ubers and Lyfts maybe like my junior year. So freshman year, we were still waiting for taxis, and those motherfuckers came like 3.5 hours after you called at best. Yeah. So you were like hiding in the bush, like in your cute dress, like hiding from the world, waiting for this taxi, like with two friends or just by myself, or like sometimes I'd walk home and like, it was just dark times. Thank God for Uber and Lyft.
Yeah,
but lots of poems came out of that scary moment. I was like, I'll just write until I just make it home, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm texting somebody.
Yeah.
Dude.
Sorry.
No, you.
No, never mind. After you.
Okay. I was going to say, because we don't have that much time left, I want to talk about making the damn song together.
Oh,
you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So So obviously, the song was a song with one voice, and now it is a song with two voices. Just Kathleen, give me an idea of getting into the story of this. Obviously, we had a few conversations, but trying to evolve the story. You know how you felt the first time you heard it, and where you wanted to take it.
Yeah, well, couple takes, I guess, because I'll work in reverse order, actually, Ricky, because John, Robert, and I had a conversation after it, which I think is a funny one, because we were just talking about where we were coming with when we both, like, I have a song called August, and John, Robert, and I were kind of talking about how they're similar, like Adeline and August. It's really funny, the similarities, but like when we were both like, I don't know, just like younger and full of loving spirit and all this shit, but like really just overwhelmed by, you know, this sort of like purge of like whatever that initial catharsis is when you feel that like crazy bout of like wanting love so bad for the first time. So that's what we talked about on that phone call, which I obviously super related to. I have like my own song version. But then when we talked on the phone and like when I was coming into the idea of myself coming onto the Adeline narrative and that sort of ending line, like, you know, I will always adore you. I will always come back to you. Like I definitely, since coming out of that first sort of like that purge and that cathartic sort of feeling of like wanting that love so bad. And then, you know, years later, I've gone through a couple of relationships. I've gone through like, I don't know if it's a wisdom, but it's definitely like time away from that. And now coming back and seeing like, wow, like that is possible to have that first like love, I guess. And then you still respect each other so much, even though it didn't work out in that like shape or that form, like you still like, you're still rooting for each other and you still love each other just in a different way. And I don't know, I just really related to all aspects of like when it was written and then where we are both, John, Robert, and I now singing the song in our lives.
That's amazing. I mean, you can hear it and people are going to hear it in about 2 minutes. They're going to get switched over to the premiere. And they are going to damn hear it. John, Robert, question for you. Shooting this video that people are about to see, the video is really crazy.
Can you hear me all right?
You're a little crunchy. Say that again?
Yeah, no, it's super crunchy on my end.
Yeah.
Like it's like you guys are speaking through a fan.
Okay. Well, then let's keep talking to Kathleen. Kathleen, because we're going to get cut off here in a minute. Tell me about the process of watching John Robert almost drown to make a music video.
It was dedicated. He was on it. We were innovative because, you know, it's hard to like hold your breath down there for too long.
How does he stay underwater? Shouldn't he float up?
Great question. John Robert was quick and saw some weights and then he stuck them in his pockets and then we were looking for safety pins. So he had some weights in his pockets that he was marching around with and it was really awesome. And then meanwhile, I was just kind of sitting on the pool just like sweating but just like I have to look this way and then there's John just like drowning. It was really fun.
I'm so terrified that my label paid for John Robert to put weights in his pocket and go underwater. Second video we've almost killed you in.
Crushed it. He was such a pro, such an excellent swimmer and performer.
Oh my god. Well, thank you guys so much. People are about to get switched over to see the premiere.
Yay.
Kathleen, thank you for coming through. John Robert,
Thanks.
the boy with the golden voice and the golden smile. Thank you for.
Thank you both. So excited.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody enjoy it, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thank you guys.